Today we're going to be continuing our movable chord shape study by looking at some open string chords, by which I mean we're going to be playing the first two strings open with all of these chords. We're going to take some of those same movable chord shapes and just play them with those first two strings ringing out. We're going to be only fretting the 5, 4, and 3 strings, and again ringing out the first two. You can ring out the 6th string as well, because obviously it's just going to be the same note as the first string. It just depends on how that note relates to the rest of the chord and whether you really want to emphasize it or not. I'm going to start with the E major shape. If we move that up to the 3rd fret, again we're not going to play the bar. It sounds like that. Let's take a look at it. We've got the B note. Well, we know a B is part of a G major already, so that's nothing new. We got to look at what that E is going to bring to the table. Now, I've shown you in previous lessons a couple of ways to find the relative minor of a key, and we know that the relative minor of the key is the 6th step in the scale. So if we have a G major, just playing that F-shaped G major, lay down your pinky on the 2nd string there, and that's your 6th. That's your relative minor, and we see that it's an E. Right? So we're going from G major to G6, and the G6 chord is the exact same thing as an E minor. All we found here is a prettier way to play a G6 chord, and it sounds really nice, right? So let's go up to the A. We're not going to play the bar. Sounds like that. We know that the E note is part of an A major, so that's nothing new. We need to look at the B note. And if we look at the key of A, we see that the B note there is one whole step above the root, so it's your 9. So what we've got there is an A add 9 chord. Very nice. Let's go up to the B. And obviously we're doubling the root there, so that doesn't add anything new. But the first string, we're adding the E. So let's try to find where that E is in the key of B. There it is. It's the 4. And if you're Pete Townsend, you know that that's the B suspended 4. What we just found with our open string chord is we found a pretty way to play a B suspended 4. Let's go up to the D. That one we're adding both the 6 and the 9. Okay, we're adding the B, which is the 6, in the key of D, and we're adding the 9, the E note. So that's a D add 6, or a D6 add 9, and then finishing things off with the octave there, the E chord. Alright, so we have an E major, a D6 add 9, a B suspended 4, got an A add 9, G6, and then back to our E major chord. Alright? So the next form we're going to look at is the E minor shape. And if we move it up, we're going to have to fret that 3rd string 2 frets below. So we look at it here at the 2nd, 4th, and then the 4th and 6th. If you're an Allman Brothers fan, you recognize those as the opening chord progression from Melissa. progressions you're ever going to find. So if we played that at the 2nd, 4th string, we've essentially got an A major chord that we've added a couple of notes to. We've added the B, which is the 9, and we've added the F sharp, which is the 6, so it's a A6 add 9. Up here is really cool because essentially you've got an E major chord. See, they sound almost exactly the same because the only note you're adding is the D sharp. So that's the major 7th. So this is an E major 7th. Really, and then one of my favorites at the 9th and 11th, you have an E6. And that one sounds particularly good when you play those, the E and the D shape, or the E and the D of the E shape. To just play around with, and you can find all kinds of combinations. Alright, lastly, and I am moving quickly, I understand you're going to have to work on the theory a little bit. We're going to look at the movable A shape. Okay, again we're going to ring out those first 2 notes. So at that first position we're adding the B, so that's just like the A add 9 we did up there. It's an A add 9. Come up to the 2nd and 4th. Again, normally you'd be playing a bar chord here, right? Your movable A shape. You'd be playing a B major there. But we're not. We're going to ring out the first 2 strings. Those first 2 strings with this B chord. The new note is the E, just as it was up here. So it's just another version of that B sus4 that we played with the E shape. If we come up to the 4th and 6th frets, we do have a chord we haven't seen yet. Really nice C sharp minor. The reason that works is because C sharp 1, 2, 3 is the relative minor of the E major. And so that E is the minor 3rd. Sounds really good. You go up to the 7th fret, you've of course got your E major. You'd normally play it as a bar chord. When you ring out those first 2 strings, you're just giving it a different voicing, which is what this whole exercise is about. Giving some of these familiar chords, new voicings, some nice things with that. Here's a little progression. To play around with. I've shown you 3 shapes: the E shape, the E minor shape, and the A shape. You can play them in all manner of combinations and make some really nice tones. So have fun with that. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.